Alright, this was a hell of an ending to the regular, and it basically set the tone for the playoffs, because both teams just used their star power to exploit advantages. The Clips' defensive game plan was to obviously have Zoo show or at least be up on Steph's screens, so he just got off the rock when he saw two, and it was even the same whenever the Clips messed up a red, or whenever two players overreacted to him coming off a screen. His gravity just opened up the backside advantage for the others to eat, but that was really as much as he could do, because he couldn't get a shot off unless he forced one, and he was running into a lot of turnovers, either from forcing a pass or being forced into a bad one. His most open looks on the night were coming off of ways playing through Jimmy, because Zoo was never ready whenever he was off the rock, and if anything, a lot of their offense had to be generated through Jimmy. With all the attention on Steph, he knew he had to be aggressive out the gates, so he was eating that space against the Clips' bigs drop, was capitalizing on any of the Clips' turnovers for runouts, and was making the right reads to score or spray whenever he touched paint. But it did help with the others being just as aggressive, especially Pods, and the two were able to hold it down long enough for Steph to eventually come around in the fourth, because the Clips were a little looser on him, so once he got the first to fall, he damn near won him the game off his heater down the wire. But all they were doing was matching the Clips bucket for bucket throughout the quarter, because they had their own shot making from the start to the end, and a lot of it was obviously from Kawhi or James just frying. It didn't even matter who the matchup was, because Jimmy and Moody got it just as bad as Paz and Hield, so the two didn't really need a mismatch, and whenever one of them got to play ones, it was either a bucket or spray for the others to play on the catch. But whenever the Dubs sold to force the rock out of their hands, that just opened up their own backside advantage, and the Dubs' rotations were just too slow in the scramble, so they got burned for those late closeouts. It was even showing whenever they used Zoo in the post, but his size was causing even more problems in the dunker, because if Dre or Loon made the low rotation to protect the rim, it was opening up the drop-off, lob, or putback for him to eat, and if the two didn't, the others would just get a point-blank finish for them to eat, so the two were compromised no matter what decision either of them made. But with both teams getting a lot of production off star power, the margin of error was very small, so the win came down to the turnovers starting in the fourth, because the Clips cleaned up theirs, and the Dubs just couldn't do the same. They had two costly ones in the last 2 minutes that led to the Clips tying the game, then in OT, they had two more that led to the Clips taking control of the game, and then Dre topped it all off with a smoke bunny that basically secured the Clips win. That was just a good play by Kawhi to use Dre's momentum against him, because him searching for contact made him put it up short, and that's all it takes to go from being a playoff team to a play-in team. Just watch the tape.
Rebound Zubac, a huge miss by Draymond at point-blank range.